Do we got light? Buenos dias. Rich rising. My friend said the other day, rich people rising. So what's up? I miss y'all. We are live today so that we can discuss the astrology, what's happening in November. If you don't know me, thank you for subscribing. First and foremost, my name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey towards self-awareness. On this channel, we discuss many things. We are currently working on confronting our subconscious mind, our negative Nancy, and our doubtful dance with a couple of challenges. And I am here to say, last night I came up with our third challenge. It's going to be a 14-day challenge. We are going to start these challenges on the portal because that's what we did last month. And I feel like why not start on 11/11? Messing with our subconscious mind on 11/11. And it is going to be based on, I'm really excited. Every challenge that I'm doing with you guys, I am receiving the information from my spirit guides, and I'm coming right on here and doing it. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So we're working on this together. And what we're going to be doing is brain dumping. Oh, what is that? Okay, I know you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. So, hey, buenos dias, mi amor. Brain dumping. We're going to be doing 14 days of waking up in the morning. As usual, I'll pick a topic to guide the subconscious mind a little bit. So we're gonna have 14 days of brain dumping. We're gonna wake up in the morning. We're gonna take our journal and we're gonna be on a specific topic, and we're just gonna write, whatever comes to the mind, and just keep writing. No judgment, nothing to the paper. And then we're just gonna keep doing that. Whatever time frame spirit is gonna give us, I'm gonna share that. I'm still in the details. However, we will be starting on 11/11. So that's our 14-day challenge, which is good, right? Imagine if it would have been the 30-day challenge. I'm just saying, spirit. Thank you. So I also have a couple of announcements. We have a virtual event on 11/11. You guys can find everything in the description, right? That's how they be like down below. We have an 11/11 portal event that is happening. I am part of 2 other sessions. I'll be doing a guided meditation. So you guys, if you want to join, go ahead and check that out. For those of you who are in person and missed the last half-day retreat that we did, we're coming back with another one in person here in Manhattan, New York, and it is going to be to clear ourselves up on our way into 2024. And we'll be working on the upper chakras. We'll have a lot of details. Go ahead and check that and hold your spot down, because the last time it sold out 2 weeks before the event actually came up, and that was such a blessing. So we're grateful for that. For those of you who know that I'm a Reiki master, I also have a monthly Reiki box that happens. And this month, we're working on the fifth dimensional frequency of love, so that we can be able to harness that. Last month we did the ancestral, helping the ancestral bloodline, and we're clearing up the back chakras. So that was quite interesting, being that there is a lot of ancestral energy happening in October, especially with the Days of the Dead, and a lot of people are honoring and paying homage to their ancestors. So that was really beautiful to experience. It definitely helped me out a lot. I put myself in my own Reiki box. So I'll share that. I'm going to do another video where I'm going to be sharing what happened in October. Buenos dias. And for those of you who also know that I have an astrology group, as well as a lot of other things on Buy Me a Coffee. You guys can read articles. There's about like 200 articles over there. You can just type the search button on things that you like. If there's something that you want me to discuss, let me know. Other than that, let's get into this astrology report where we're going to be discussing what's happening throughout the month. I do have my papers here because I've been emotional. First and foremost, let me know in the comments how this Saturn transition is treating you. So Saturn went direct November 4th, which was yesterday for those of us who are watching it and, in 2023. And that shit was excruciating. I'm not going to lie. I had 2 days of hardcore purging. And yeah, for those of you who know what hardcore purging is, the crying with the boogers and the anxiety and the breathing and the is there anybody there to support me type of energy. And that is because there's a lot of things that's happening. Capricorn is finally releasing itself from Pluto. Now, Pluto is leaving Capricorn. It's at its last degree, which is at its 29 degree. And the 29 degree is the degree of all hell is breaking loose, right? So Pluto is birth and transformation. Birth and transformation. We also are in the space of knowing that shit is hitting the fan. But Pluto does that and then brings in this beautiful energy of what it's going to replace what it just knocked down. And you guys can obviously see that and what's happening in the events of the world and how things are going. Yeah. So with that being said, so are we. And so as that's happening, Saturn, who recently just went into Pisces, I want to say in May, was in retrograde, like many other planets were. And now they're releasing itself and they're going direct. What that means, when the planet is going retrograde, it is holding itself in a place where we are to redefine that area of our lives, right? So this is why it's important for you to get your monthly natal chart to know what is transitioning in your chart to see how is going to be affecting you and how you can easily use that energy to combat your day-to-day activities, because this should be real. And so Saturn is going to be in Pisces for the next 2.5 years. So I believe it's February of 2026. So what it's doing, Pisces, is that when it comes to Pisces, you have to think about your artistic side. You have to think about your spiritual side, right? Your faith, or what you can't see but you could feel, your intuition. It's a water sign. So right now what Saturn is doing is basically pretty much taking that belt and going so many of us are switching the way we see spirituality and religion. Many of us are shifting from yoga to something else. So right now, our spiritual side is really going into a deep, like I want to say, transition. And Saturn, as we know, is the person who comes in, or the grandpa who comes in and don't give a fuck. Like if I was in retrograde, I let you redefine things. Did you do it? Because now we're moving forward, and as we're moving forward, shit is going to change. It's going to change. So with that being said, do you have your ducks in a row? Are you ready to purge? And it's at 0 degrees as we speak. 0 degrees is that Ami point, is that point where all is possible and nothing is possible at the same time. So it's based on faith. What is faith? I believe faith is the only word that goes throughout all religion, right? So with that being said, that means to me that it comes from within, right? Ooh, all right, I'm coming. Hold on, because if I'm gonna get distracted. I love what you just wrote. And so, with that being said, we have to cultivate that faith from somewhere. We are decluttering a lot of bloodline energy. So those of you who have been picked, welcome, to clear out the bloodline, and it's only you and the family at this current time. I feel you. Get a support group. Get a motherfucking support group, because baby, the shit is not going to give up on us. So if our ancestors and the angels and archangels and everyone that you believe in God is not giving up on you, don't give up on yourself. Get that support system. It's going to assist you, and I'm hearing the word clear and reset. So let's get to it. That's just me speaking based on GP. All right. So November 4th, which was yesterday, Saturn goes direct. And the main important thing for here is to find a way to heal our wounds. No, we're not healing all of them at the same time. Where is Saturn in your chart? She says Saturn is in Libra in her 12th house. So that is your natal chart. When it comes to your transit, you'll see where it's located. For me, Saturn right now is in my 3rd house. So it's when it comes to spirituality, and Pisces is in my 3rd house. So what that means is that my what's crazy is that some of the transits that are happening right now is exactly the same transits when I was born. That shit is just letting me know that I'm just pretty much I might as well just be air and let them throw me around because it's a real rebirth. So with Saturn being in my 3rd house, what it's talking about is helping me be more vocal on spirituality, be more vocal on the things that I enjoy when it comes to my art and my creativity. And that's exactly what has been happening. You guys see me going live and doing all these things. So, prime example, me going live during the retrograde of Saturn was me testing out how does this work, why I didn't actually put a lot of structure to it. And then Saturn is like, no, this is for you to do. Okay, no problem. Now that it went direct, now I can find more structure in this. Saturn is asking us to really move forward with the projects that we have going on, right? Yes, there's other things that are retrograde, but when it comes with Saturn, it's just like, do the baby steps. Don't miss anything. Check out the details. And Pisces is a sign that will forget the details. So right now, those of you who have um, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, y'all might be, going through some stuff because y'all free flow motherfuckers. And now Saturn is in your chart, and it's just like, do this, do this. And Pisces is like, the fuck? So yeah, baby, there's a lot of structuring when it comes to pretty much getting to know yourself and seeing what you are interested in bringing out into the world. And whatever you take step by step to do, by 2026, I know it's like, damn, we gotta wait another 3 years. You know how fast we're already going into 2024. Stop playing. So the other thing that we have to look at, the energy is very practical. So is your day-to-day activities. What are you doing to enhance the projects that you want to put out there? Are you contacting people on the daily basis or on the weekly basis? Are you collaborating? What are you doing? Because Pisces is also that energy of being selfless. So Saturn is also assisting us in that area of providing for others, being there for others, as well as understanding that we need some structure for people to be there for us as well. So it's building your foundation. So this energy is really asking you to build your foundation first with your subconscious mind, right? Again, Pisces rules that 12th house. That 12th house is also connecting to the unknown. All right. And it's gonna feel like death. It's gonna feel like you're dying. It's gonna feel like, but remember and I remind myself this, when I feel like sometimes we get those words like I'm dying inside, and that's really your ego dying. That's really that part of you exiting. So give yourself a break, okay? All right. Let me see what y'all saying because I don't want to miss anything. All right. You moved when Saturn was retrograde. When Saturn retrograde started, and I cried more. Nonetheless, baby, things are gonna be moving forward right now. You don't worry about that shit. You got this. Because you did it during a time that it was more challenging. I'm sending you so much love. Spirit dragged me back into doing love and relationship work as a, you see? And that might have been something that you were doing in the past and it worked for the good of everyone, including yourself. So that also means that you've gotten into a space to be open about that now. And that's that selfless part of you that expresses, okay, I know that this area might be a little bit triggering for me, but I know that other people are in need of this. So I'm going to go ahead and open myself back up. I have Saturn and Scorpio in my 8th house. Ooh. And y'all, if y'all didn't really, I had mentioned that we're all gaining new spiritual team members as well. So, you know how when somebody clocks out and clocks in? So there's a lot of spiritual members that are clocking in and clocking out that's assisting you in the background that you're not seeing. So there's new energy, and this beautiful human body that we have, it is taking its time to let the energy subside. So this is why we're tired as well. All right, so November 8th to December 2nd, we got Venus going into Libra. We still have that relationship theme happening in the background with Venus going into Libra. And what that is saying is, excuse me, we still bringing in that balance. So again, that's where Giovanna, when you're talking about this energy of love and relationship, a lot of people have been through the mud and back, and now they are searching for people who already mastered that area of their life. We all have it inside of us to get our shit together. Nonetheless, so many things happen that blocks us from remembering that, right? And so with that being said, we have to reach out to people to unblock that for us. And that might just be just a spark that we need. So that's where we're at right now. Many of us, love has been quite crazy, right? Not the word or the energy, nonetheless, the people who utilizes it and how they expressed it to us. So with that being said, Venus went through her shit, went through her retrograde this year, and right now, Venus is in a space of like, all right, I'm ready to pick back love up. It's coming from Virgo. Virgo put us in a space of our health. How we're doing with our self-love, and that's where we're at right now. Some of us are changing our diets. And so with that being said, now that Venus was there and beautified the way we're going to see our day-to-day life and how we're going to be structuring the way we eat, or the way we take care of our skin, all that goodness, now we're going into Libra. You said you was going to do these things. Now activate that. And until December 2nd, we're going to be basically pretty much showing more compassion to ourselves. It's going to feel like a selfish period, even though we have that Saturn energy. That Saturn energy, it's also based on depending on where it's at for you. For me, it's in the external world. So I know that Saturn energy for me is going to be to share with others. While this Venus energy could be transitioning for you on the lower part of your chart. So check that out, because right now it's really adding to yourself. So if you are putting out more than what you've given into you, Venus is going to come in, and some people might just be like, oh, now you can't help me, or anyone who's depending on you with that Scorpio energy, because the sun is still in Scorpio, right? You have that obsessive energy where people enjoy the way you help them, but at this time you want to help yourself. So that frequency is also going to be there. So pay attention to those things. And then there's going to be a lot of meaningful connections. There's going to be that new friendships are going to be bubbling up. So open yourself up. Don't doubt this new friendship that's coming in. You redefine what friendship is. You've been going through, from Libra season, we've all been in the space of redefining what relationships is. So that means that now we are in a space of trusting ourselves, that we're going to allow people to come into our lives that are going to be supportive, right? We're not going to think about what we don't want. We're going to think about how we're in a space of being supported and we're supporting others. So when that energy comes in until December 2nd, we're really focusing on that, especially now that the Gregorian calendar holidays are coming up with Christmas and Thanksgiving, especially Thanksgiving. It's been happening since, I want to say, I've been watching it since 2019. We are less and less going to toxic family houses, and we're gearing more towards friendsgiving, right? We are feeling more connected with our friends than anything else. So with that being said, or our spiritual team, our spiritual family, whatever it is, wherever we're feeling comfortable, that's where we're spending our holidays, if we, because we, some of us are still purging from connecting to those holidays. So that is definitely going to be helping us out as well. That Venus energy is going to be honoring ourselves, right? And so with that, is also going to be talking about a lot of creative things are happening because Venus is at home in Libra. So your creativity juices is going to flow up. Not to mention that at that time, we still, if I'm not mistaken, have Mercury and Scorpio. So we are really getting a lot of intuitive ideas. And some of us may be doubting it because it's like, oh, well, how am I going to do it? Forget about the fucking how. Just fucking write shit down, right? If you don't feel like you have the energy to create at this current time, write everything down, write everything down. You're going to be able to utilize those intuitive insights later on. All right. I know that somebody said that you guys, somebody Rich Rising, are doing, you have a lot of projects going on. Saturn is coming in and it's just like, work on this project first, work on this second project, work on this third project. Venus is like, all right, I'm going to give you this energy. Where are we going to be focusing that energy on is what we truly want to say to ourselves, knowing that is coming in. Where do you want, or where is it in your chart, right? You can use it either way. That also, right, relationships heightening as well with that Venus and Libra, and marriage, right? This is the month where maybe a couple of babies are going to be created, and we're going to see them come up. Let me count. Don't judge me. Like around July, August, and September, we're going to see some babies. I should check, right? I'm going to check. I gotta remember this shit. I want to check maybe in August and September what was the rate of babies. All right, ladies, focus. And we're also, with that Venus and Libra energy, is repairing bonds, going back to those friendships and family members that we did bond in the past after we went through our transition. This is going to help us out. This is really going to help us out. So trauma bonding is coming up. How are you going to engage in that? I've recently been through a couple of trauma bonding experiences, in addition to a lot of supportive experiences. And I'm in that space of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do with the trauma bonding. Okay, November 10th to December 1st, we have Mercury going into Sagittarius. Mercury is the planet of communication, the planet of our brain, right? That also talks about the internet, right? With that Venus energy and then that Mercury in Sagittarius is a free-flowing, explorative sign. That's going to also put us in a space of exploring a different area of love, looking at love from a different perspective, right? That also talks about our mind wanting to, like, being hungry, like I'm going like this, thirsty for information. So again, going back to, I'm going to choose to create a book. So now you got Saturn giving you the structure. You got Venus providing you with the ideas and the creativity to get that done. And then you have Mercury and Sagittarius having you explore different parts on how you're going to be writing this book, right? And now you're getting all the ideas. And so depending on where it's at for you, again, you're going to be kind of utilizing this energy for the next month or so to be able to help you move forward in the things you want to do. Some people are closing out things now in 2023, going into 2024. See what's that like. With this energy, we're being more open-minded as well. This is why some of us are going to be exploring a different style of love. We're going to be more open-minded about that. We're also going to be tapping into different formats of religion as more as an observer rather than a participator, to be able to gain some of that knowledge. Because again, we're right now, things are shifting in our outer world. And so with that being said, we're figuring out how, those of us who have that conscious knowledge of how am I going to shift my internal world to be able to provide it for the external world, is going to be very, very good for us right now. So many of us say, oh, you live in your own bubble. At this current time, you might want to live in your own bubble just to recreate what's inside. Well, we always say, well, what's in the inside comes out the out. So let's continue to shift our subconscious mind and keep bringing out our projects, even if something is happening in the outer world that may seem like shit can't get done. Does that make sense? We create our own reality. You got this. We're in the same boat. Don't worry about it. And then also, the goal is to listen to other people's opinion as well when there's Mercury and Sagittarius, right? Some of us may be in the space of feeling like I could do it all by myself. And you can, you have. Nonetheless, do you need to? Do you really need to? When there's somebody that did this shit for 10 years, do you really need to? When you have somebody that's going to support you, maybe not your family, but somebody else, do you really need to struggle? Some of us enjoy the energy of struggle because it's what is in our bloodline. All right, ladies, I heard it. Okay, fine. That's how it feels, though. It feels like as much as we're doing our best to try, is like the thriving aspect seems further, but we're not in the space of survival anymore. So this is where we're at. And this is why it feels so heavy. Because we're shifting away from survival and we're going into thriving. And because you might be the first person to bring in this energy in your bloodline for quite some time, it feels that way. So connect with like-minded people. And our mental activities and our daydreams and our dreams are going to be active as well. Mercury, fast planet. Sagittarius, very impulsive, got that fiery energy. So we're also going to be impulsive. Some of us might be like, all right, that's it. I'm moving. I'm packing my shit and I'm going. Okay, cowboy, cowgirl, calm down. So impulsive energies are going to be coming up. We might be impulsive and get into relationships or getting into those friendships. Be patient, right? Great time for study. Great time to upgrade ourselves, get into new positions as well. Go ahead and ask your boss for that raise. This is the time with your creative juices coming from Venus to Libra. If you're ready and willing to switch, what does that look like? And then a lot of things are going to be happening in the outer world. Pay attention when it comes to religion, to science, to medicine, literature, philosophy. A lot of those things are going to be shifting in our outer world. So you will see a lot of changes happening. You guys don't know. No, I don't get into politics or anything like that, but pay attention. November 13th, we have the new moon in Scorpio. I am very excited about this because that's the first new moon since the eclipse. It's still utilizing that eclipse energy. Nonetheless, it's a clean slate, baby. Y'all know the new moon means the sky is dark. I'm going to be talking about that separately, but nonetheless, that Scorpio energy is a deeper understanding on what's happening around us. All of that eclipse energy that came in and brought new things while scraping the old, because that's what it felt like. We're now going to be able to fill that up. Fill that up. Fill your cup. So, if you don't know, new moons provide us with this 6-month energy of watching things grow. And so whatever you jot down during this new moon on the 13th, it's really going to give you the space of starting over. And it could be long lasting depending on what you pick. Okay? So yes, the energy is going to grow within the next 6 months. Nonetheless, if you're someone who wants to get into psychology, which is beautiful during this Scorpio new moon, you're somebody who wants to get into psychology, anything that has to do with occult energy, like what they would call like astrology, esoteric, any of those things. When you begin something during this time, it's going to be long lasting. It's going to be transformative. Again, remember, Scorpio is that deep transformative energy, that literally 180, where you are a different person, where you are in a different position, you are in a different love life, you are in a different environment. All of that happens for you. All right. Oh yeah, I wrote here. I'm making a video for that. You get to elevate your past, and then you also get to create new energy to flow into you. So take a deep breath on that. Because throughout all of this, we have this new energy coming in to let us know that we can still be able to create whatever it is that we want. All right. Again, I'll be talking more about that, so stay tuned. Let me see what else I put here. Keep in mind, right, that although the moon is a water energy, right, it has that emotional energy, it doesn't do good in Scorpio, right? Because Scorpio is intense. So at the same time, while we are creating this new slate, we have fear behind it. How do you release that fear? How do you allow your intuition? How do you bring in trust that what you're jotting down is going to be able to come into fruition? So that means that when you're in the space of creating these statements for yourself, a letter, whatever it is that you do in the new moon, have good energy for yourself. Play some music. Use that Scorpio intuitive, sensual, sexual energy while you're doing this new moon. Be in that energy rather than the energy of fear that it might not show up even if you're writing it down. Especially, I got it right here. For those of you who are like, what about love? What about love? You can use this new moon to enhance that. Keep in mind that whatever it is that you're doing with the Scorpio new moon is obsessive energy as well. That obsessive energy can come up. So it can be healthy or it can be unhealthy. All right. So any love that's also coming up during this time, what I would say is take that Mercury and Sag and be open-minded about everything. Be authentic. Be honest. Be authentic and be honest. All right. So December 22nd, excuse me. We have the sun moving into Sagittarius November 22nd into December 23rd. Now, by the time we finish Sag season, we're going to have Mercury, Mars, and the sun in Sagittarius. Well, I'm going to be talking about Mars soon too. So, all right. Come back to this video, write shit down. With the sun in Sagittarius, our crave for knowledge is going to enhance. So that impulsive energy, so that while we're having it in our mind with Mercury hyping us up, when Sag season comes up and the sun amplifies that energy, it's going to multiply. All right. So we're going to be in the space of wanting to travel, which make a lot of sense when people are traveling for holidays and different things like that. What if you decide to take this time to travel to a space for some spiritual work? Those of you who are traveling, you could be also finding, love is going to be finding you. You ain't gotta be finding nothing. Love is going to be finding you in those areas too. This also talks about international or a different type of cultural love. Okay, now. The part about this one is Sagittarius likes to do things very fast. So now you see me, now you don't type of thing. So any energy or love that starts at this time can also be like that. So this is why the open mind part comes in, where they want you to be open-minded about what you're experiencing. So what are you calling into yourself? All right. For those of you who want long-term relationships or long-term job positions, are you thinking in that mindset? Because Sagittarius will come in and come out. The main important thing is to continue to, while you're investigating different topics or people, whatever it is that you're doing, Take the wisdom and pick what's true to you. What's your truth? Sagittarius is always looking for the truth, philosophy, knowledge, but it's like, what is your truth? Continue to find out what's your truth. All right. And then the main important thing here is to be in the space of knowing that we can't find all the answers, and that could be the energy of that Sagittarius. We may want to know all the answers to everything. We may want to know that person deeply, right? And it's just like, you may not get all the answers, and that might not satisfy you. Are you okay with that? Are you okay to get the answers later? Are you okay to be patient? So there is some flighty energy happening. November 24th to, you ready? This is why I say write things down. November 24th to January 4th. That's, yeah. Mars, the planet of war, the planet of your drive, is going to be in Sagittarius for that long. And I believe I'm going to do a separate video for that, because that's a long time. Mars enters Sagittarius, which Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, okay? Which your man Jupiter is over in Taurus. Is Jupiter in retrograde? Yes, Jupiter's in retrograde in Taurus right now. So the ruler of Sagittarius is in an earth sign, while Sagittarius is a fire sign. So that means that that energy of us taking what we're creating, our spiritual side, that spiritual wisdom, is going to be slowly coming into fruition. So when you have that Mars energy that's coming in and is being impulsive, and it's just like, start now, do this now, allow yourself to see how you can use that energy to redefine your belief, to redefine your value, right? Because Mars is coming in with that new spiritual energy. I reminded you guys that we're getting these new spiritual teams. So there could be a lot of confusion on the things that you may be doing now versus what you used to do in the past. All right. So really take time to recognize what risk you're going to be taking, because it does talk about risk taking. What type of risk are you going to be taking? All right. It's going to be exciting. So this is not an energy to be daunting about. Hold on, I'm thirsty. They put the heat, which I'm happy, right? But I'm sleeping with the AC on. I be sweating. And then if it's too hot, my nose start bleeding. The membranes of my nose, the walls of my nose and the membrane starts bleeding. My ladies, what? All right. I'm really excited about that energy. So it's excitement. It's going to be uncomfortable. So get uncomfortable. So this is not the time to... This is the time to leave space for miracles and magical moments. This is the time to say, yes, Monday through Friday, I'm going to work out, but I'm going to work out at different times to see how that works for my body. Or I might not work. I'm working out a certain amount of times at home, but then I'm also going to go into the gym. What's that like? What it feels like to use the machines? And as you go and use the machines, oh my God, now you got a new friend. And as you got a new friend, oh my God, now that friend is supportive on your path. What? All right, I'm just giving y'all scenarios because I get really excited and my brain works that way. Again, impulsiveness is there. So think before you act. Think before you speak. That, again, by November 24th, we have those two planets and the star, which is the sun in Sagittarius. So all of that energy is being cultivated. Most times, Mars and Mercury are running in front or behind the sun. So they're always going to kind of be together. They're like a duo. So get uncomfortable. The struggle here is going to be to, again, that open-mindedness coming in when it comes to that Mars energy, and then also allowing yourself to explore new perspectives. Mars is like, I already know what to do. I'm here to push it through. You got that masculine energy, so you're going to want to do. And then you have that Sag energy that's also, if I'm not mistaken, that masculine energy. And it's just like, Sag might be fun. Yeah, hold on, because Where's Sagittarius on? All right, I'll come back on that because I can't hold y'all. Or probably I could. Hold on, let me see. Because we all going. Where you at? It didn't tell me. One of us, I know Aries is masculine, Leo is masculine, so I do believe Sagittarius is feminine. Um, so that's also going to be that challenge where you have that masculine energy and that feminine energy pair it up together. So do allow yourself to rest because Sagittarius energy is really fast, right? And then also be in the space of knowing where your energy is at. Where can you be productive? This is where the focus comes in on doing one task at a time, because that Mars energy is going to want to make you do more than your body can while you're receiving all this information, which is good to write things down. All right. And then last but not least, 40 minutes, baby. I'm going to be reading what y'all be saying. Hold up. November 27th, we have that full moon in Gemini. So back in June, roughly around, I think it was June 18th. Yeah. June 18th, we had a new moon in Gemini. Go back to your notebook. If you're the type of person that manifests, like enjoy manifesting things into your life, what did you write down? What happened the last 6 months? What worked out? What didn't? The new moon was based on our communication. All right. It's based on what our mind is allowing us to cultivate and create. For those of you who created anything online, how did that go? What worked? What didn't work? That is what's coming in to close out. So it's a moment in time of reflection, a moment in time of communicating with yourself. This also is not just what you manifested. For those of you who didn't write anything down, it's okay. What transpired in the last 6 months in your life? Or I was going to say last 6 years. For somebody that might be for the last 6 years. But for those of you, the last 6 months, what can you reflect on? What shifted? What went on in your friendships? What went on in your love life? What went on the way you speak to your coworkers and your boss? What went on? Did you change careers? Did you move? What happened? What worked? What didn't work? And that right there is what we're going to be doing is we're going to be utilizing this energy to continue to recognize the breakthroughs and to also use this full moon to break through. Use this to end a lot of things that we have been recognizing. So that reflection, those thoughts that we already took and send off to the universe so they can fix that shit, this full moon is going to help us complete that. So really figure out where the new moon is at for you. The main important thing here is that Neptune is going to be squaring the moon that day. And so there could be some potential fantasies, some illusion. Neptune is that planet. It's in its own sign, Pisces, but it's also in retrograde. So this is that rose color glass type of thing. So be sure that when you're ending things, that is more based on what you've actually put into practice rather than what you've been thinking in your mind and really didn't bring it to fruition. For example, ending a relationship, right, at this current time, you're like, yeah, I'm going to put in the divorce papers, or I'm going to be ending this, whatever, if you're not married, ending this relationship. but you didn't really have the deep conversation that you needed to with the person. This is where the illusion is at, because you guys can both be on two different platforms on this. Not necessarily saying that the other person is not going to want to get the divorce. What I'm saying is, where can this common ground, how can we end this smoothly without having any bitterness? How can we shift the dynamics of this ending? And that's where this full moon is going to come in, and I'll speak more about that as well. I'm going to do the new moon and the full moon video together. But yes, y'all, some heavy shit happening, but you got this. The main important thing is to look at the transit in your chart and see in what area of your life is affecting. For me, it's definitely the I'll tell you right now. I enjoy using myself as an example. Like, why not? So another thing is that at times there could be this energy where, while the world is going through something, many of you are to be more into yourself. If you know your natal chart, the top part is the outer world, the bottom part is the inner world. From houses 1 through 6 is your personal life, and houses 7 through 12 is the outer world. So with that being said, when you're looking at your chart and it's the transition aspect, you're saying to yourself, where are all the planets at? For me, all of the planets is internal. So for me, even to come out and be on social media and stuff like that, I'm doing too much, right? But whatever. Anyways, spirit, I'm just sharing. And then so right now, with me is the 11th house that a lot of the actions is going to be happening. The 11th house and the 12th house. That's where things are going to be transitioning for me. So is me getting closer into that spiritual realm, that community services and different things like that, which I just said to my sister that I wanted to do something for Thanksgiving, which is an idea that a friend already does all the time, and I just want to adapt that as well, which is to create some food for people and then just dropping them off and things like that, or just doing something for the holidays. I don't know. We gotta help each other out. I don't want to start crying, but for the most part, there's a lot of people out there. Reach out to your peeps that are single parents, right? A lot of single parents, I realize that don't fucking ask for help, and that shit is a disservice to you and to the community, because when your child is out there, who the fuck they gonna listen to when you at work? You know what I mean? We got to bring back that community aspect, that support. I do feel like there's many of us out there who don't have children and would enjoy to sponsor a child or something. So figure it out. Help your community. See what you can do in your community right now. Focus around your area. And if you don't enjoy your community, join a community you enjoy or move yourself to that community. Because right now the amplifying of you being in a community is important. And you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to all of y'all because y'all fucking powerful as hell. All right? Don't get me to start going through all these emotions. I'm going to take a walk. I love you so much. Don't forget, I put up the Scorpio season video at 12. I have another video dropping with what's happening in November tarot readings for the next 5 weeks. I love y'all. And I'm waiting to watch some of y'all videos. So what's up? All right. Let me see what y'all got. A humidifier. You know what? I might do that. 7-day candle I lit up for the Dias de los Muertos already finished. Yes. And a lot of us, that's my piece right there. And we lit up a candle too during the Libra new moon. And that candle did not last. Any candle that you're lighting up right now is really not lasting, because a lot of our spiritual peeps are looking for light. Light. All right. And don't forget to take naps. I encourage you to take naps. Take motherfucking naps. All right. Even if it's, some people be like, I don't know how to take naps. Listen, I'm a master at that. Take, do 2 to 3 alarms. I don't know how you're going to do it, but find 2 or 3 alarms that you could do. Your radio could be set up for an alarm, whatever the case might be. Have somebody call you during that time. Leave your phone active. and take a 30-minute to 1 hour nap and then get up. But when you get up like you just lost something. You be like, that. All right, don't shock your soul, but I'm just saying. All right, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Take care.